So I was thinking back earlier today on my previous Genesis 3 Bible study. I talked a lot about the innocence of Eve, or at least briefly. And afterwards I went for a little run and I decided I need to add a little bit to it. It was interesting to me how Eve is, I'm not saying she's innocent in the sense that it wasn't her own doing to betray or to reject the commandment of the Father to not eat from the tree of knowledge, but it's the innocence in the sense that she was so easily tricked because of her naivete, her innocence towards the world. I think that a lot of times we as human beings suffer from this, suffer from the fact that not everyone's like this. Now, in that same chapter, it talks about the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. Now, I talked about how people think that Cain was actually, an offspring of the beguilement of Eve. Now, I don't really think that. What I do think is the seed of the serpent are those who choose to live in sin. Choose to live in sin. And again, it's not the same as sinners. We're all sinners. It's those who choose to live a life for sin, to live in sin. Sin is their God. It's what they live for. And they do it willingly. And this isn't easy for people to understand. That's why before eating from the tree of good and evil, Eve was so innocent, so easy to trick. Because why would this snake be doing something evil? What is evil? Why would he be lying to me? Why would he not be telling me the truth? I want to help everyone else. I'm a good person, so obviously this snake wants to help everyone else because we put ourselves into someone else. We project our own thoughts all the time. And that is the seed of the serpent, in my opinion. The seed of the serpent are those who do not live that way. They don't care about lying and betraying. It means nothing to them. If it serves their own good, if it serves living a life in sin, living their own self-pleasure, they'll do it every time. I know it's hard for people who live a good life to understand this, but these people exist. And this, in my opinion, is what the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman represent, are those who choose to live under God's commandments, or try to, and those who are given over to sin completely. And it's that innocence can catch us off guard a lot if we're not aware of the enemy. And I think a lot of churches these days are watered down. I'm not a fire and brimstone preacher type of guy, but I do think that a lot of stuff is missed in church these days, how little they talk about being aware of the enemy. It's out there. They're bad people. And I'm not saying you should go out and judging everyone you see, no, but understand that there's a possibility. I mean, be prepared. You know, the Sermon on the Mount where Christ says that the meek shall inherit the earth, the translation is more akin to meek, meaning having a sharpened sword but keeping it sheathed. It's a notion to be prepared. Like Teddy Roosevelt, speak softly but carry a big stick. And we need to be prepared. We need to know that we can't be as innocent in our naivete as Eve was. We can be innocent in the light of God, but we can't be innocent of the fact that there are bad people out there, or bad essences. Alright, everyone have a great night. God bless.